Hello there, welcome in. I'm going to be doing a bit of Reiki healing for the collective. I don't really have any set intentions for tonight, so just general healing, just lifting any heavy, dense energies. Just take a moment, let go of anything no longer serving you. It's been a heavy week. Every time I turn on this app or the news or anything like that, it just feels like something new is falling apart, but let's try and hang in there. Let's take this hour or so just to ourselves to kind of let go of any heavy energy we've been feeling. Let me know, how have you been feeling? What energies have you been feeling? And if you're new here, if you're just hanging out, check out my introduction video. It'll help explain a lot of what I'm doing, what's going on. Hey Haley, how's it going? Also now I've been given subscribers, which I'm very happy for. If anyone's interested in subscribing and supporting me, it goes a long way. It helps me keep doing all of these. Hello, hello. How are you all feeling? I need to make stickers. This weekend I'll try and make some stickers. Yeah, there's been a lot of stress, a lot of heavy energy. Hello, hello. Anything you want to let go of, you could write into the chat, I release. I'll just be pulling heavy energy out. Once I get enough people, I might do a meditation and then continue with the Reiki, just because I've gotten feedback that meditations help a bit, and it's a good way for me to show how my one-on-one sessions look, and how my third tier in the Patreon looks. Overwhelmed, worrying about money. It's a lot of heavy energy. High anxiety, yeah. I feel that. Yeah, I feel a lot of heavy energy in the solar plexus and the heart space. Maybe that might guide me in tonight's healing. Let me know if my internet's stable, if TikTok is stable. I've got the green light on it. So lightning, I'm doing, it's a mix of Reiki, energy healing, a little bit of ASMR. So what I'm doing is lifting any heavy, dense energy you might have been feeling. And if you want, check out my introduction video pinned at the top of my page. I go through a 3-minute description of everything I do and what this is. I want to do a meditation in a few minutes with everybody here. I'm just trying to figure out which would be good. Maybe what we've been visiting, the same place. So as I'm pulling this heavy energy, I keep a white candle next to me that's lit, and I send the shadow into the candle. Heart space. We'll do a bit of energy clearing in the meditation, and I could do something for the heart space. I'm lifting any heavy, dense energy, using Reiki, using energy healing. I've missed you all too. Thank you. Thank you for the 2.5k likes. Last night I think we got up to 125,000. It was a wild number. I still have to post that video. Thank you. I appreciate you. It's right now is 9:38 my time. Yes, you might feel heavy energy somewhere on the body. Heavy energy being pulled up, maybe dense energy. That's where the energy is being pulled from, and that could be associated to organs or different chakra points. I am in New York. Yes, right now is just a general pulling of heavy energy. You can close your eyes if you want, but in a few minutes, in a few minutes I'm going to do a meditation. So we'll all close our eyes once I reach the meditation portion. Yes, Reiki is like a warm blanket. Imagine yourself in a warm blanket, feeling safe, feeling connected. I am in Brooklyn. Thank you. I'm glad the YouTube videos help. Normally I switch up when the hands get tired. Like I said, soon I'm gonna do a meditation. Everything is linked in my bio. So I could do live sessions over Zoom. I could do recorded sessions that I post and send to you. If there's something specific you're working on, those could be purchased through my Etsy shop. All right. Yes, so Reiki is intuitive. It goes where it needs to. It heals where it needs to. Hello, hello. I feel a lot of throat chakra and kind of heart chakra. I'm just using general healing. Normally in my one-on-ones, that's where I do the heavier work for removing contracts or cord cutting. But we'll do something to help. So those of you that aren't good with meditation, this visualization might help. I'm just going to do a bit more pulling, then we're going to dive into it. I'm glad. Hello, hello. All right. So I'm going to stop pulling for a little bit just because I'm going to do like a 5-minute meditation or so. So if you feel called to it, to join in, I want you to close your eyes Take a deep breath in. Slowly exhale. Letting go of any heavy, dense energy. You find yourself standing in the woods, in the forest, the sky illuminating brightly with stars and the moon. You notice the grass and the leaves and the plants illuminating brightly, bright green. You notice a path in the distance. You begin walking through it. You feel the earth energies traveling through you, traveling to the base of your feet, traveling to the bones. You're feeling it traveling up the spine, clearing through the different chakras, restoring you, allowing you to feel more connected and grounded within yourself, allowing you to feel your creativity and your passion returning to you. Your inner strength being reignited, and anywhere that energy or strength was taken away, being lifted, you feel strength flowing through you, energy flowing through you. You feel the light traveling up the spine to the heart space, connecting to the heart, beginning to restore the heart. And here you call back any lost heart fragments or soul fragments that you might have lost on your journey. Noticing ribbons of green flowing around you, green and pink and red, connecting to the heart space. The fragments connecting deeply, allowing you to feel more whole and more complete. Taking a deep breath in, slowly exhaling, letting go of any old stories or narratives that have been suppressing the heart, suppressing that inner journey of yours. You feel the energy then flowing to the throat chakra, allowing your voice to flow freely, allowing the power of your voice to increase, allowing light to flow through you, allowing you to be able to set your boundaries more clearly, the place where you can set your affirmations and redesign your reality. Next, energy flows to the third eye, and you feel that energy clearing your mind, clearing any stagnant energy, any heavy, dense energy. And just keep feeling that, allowing it to flow through you. Taking a deep breath in, allowing any old thoughts to dissipate. And last, the energy traveling to the crown, allowing you to connect with spirit, your higher self. More energy flowing through you. You notice a shield of light beginning to unfold around you. A shield of energy connecting with you, to protect you, to heal you. You continue looking through the forest, through the path that you're walking on. In the distance, you notice a bonfire burning. You slowly make your way up to it, walking through the path. Feeling the earth beneath your feet, feeling it guiding you, protecting you, allowing you to feel more sturdy with each step that you take. You reach the bonfire, feeling the warmth from the flames, feeling it connecting with the shield of light around you, amplifying its abilities, amplifying its energy. You reach into your pockets, noticing old stories written on post-it notes or on fabrics, parchment paper. Take those out and look at them. Notice what those narratives are, what they were. Notice what no longer serves you, if there are names written on it. And slowly offer those things to the flames, allowing it to burn away, to let go of those old stories, those old narratives. Watching the flames slowly consume the old stories. Feeling you let go of all the things that no longer serve you. Any heavy, dense energy still holding you back, being lifted off and sort of like darkened ribbons, allowing them to flow into the flames, allowing them to burn away. And as that old energy dissipates, stepping back, feeling the warmth from the flames, feeling you more connected with yourself, more healed. Sitting on the ground for a moment, feeling yourself connecting to the earth, noticing the flames as they dance, noticing it representing your power and your strength. Allowing yourself to feel grounded, planted like a tree, allowing the earth to flow through you. Whenever you're ready, letting go of this world, you'll take a deep breath in, slowly exhaling, allowing the journey to dissipate, allowing the forest to dissipate, allowing the flames to dissipate. Slowly bringing yourself back to this reality. So whenever you're ready, taking another deep breath in, wiggling the toes, wiggling the fingers, stretching. Any energy you felt and noticed, anything you were letting go in the meditation, if you could write them down. I would do that now. Sorry, you guys asked a lot of questions. I was in a meditation. Yes, I do support the LGBTQIA+ community. Am I in people's dreams? Yeah, let me know anything you've let go of within the meditation. Let me know how that energy felt. I'm continuing to pull any heavy, dense energy. But for those curious, that's how my one-on-one sessions work. We go deeper, we answer more questions, we create meditations that help strengthen your mind, strengthen your journey. A lot of you are clearing throat chakra, and I'm feeling that. No, it's okay. It's good. Yeah, I'm feeling that too. Maybe I need to clear my own throat chakra. I'll do a bit of pulling and then I'll do a few crystals because half the night's almost done and I haven't done any crystal healing much. I'm sorry about your loss. Yeah, self-comparison is a lot. We look at other people and we want to be them. We wish we were there. But our journey is different. So I get a lot of comments about technology and the phone and separation, but there's no real separation between you and me. We perceive space and time as different, but I operate within the energetics of this world. I use the physical to help trigger the catalyst so you could step into this energy. But the space between me and you is non-existent. I use the visualizations to help. But for me, it's as if you're all right here in front of me, and I'm working through the energy. I'm glad that it's helping. And so that's how I work. I work within the magic, not within the science. The science I use as a catalyst between worlds. So for me, I imagine an entire blanket of light surrounding the planet. And those that jump into my live, or if they jump into past videos that I've recorded and put on YouTube, and they're able to access the energetics, which is timeless. There is no time, there's no space. The energetics is here and now, no matter where you are. They say the present moment is the most important thing, but every moment is the present moment. That's why in my meditations, we go back in time sometimes. When we call upon the inner child and the inner child healing, we go back to the past because you're stronger now and you could offer yourself the love that you needed in the past because you've now, no matter what, you've now become the person that you needed as a child. So you're always welcome to step into that role. And within psychology, they call it reparenting. And I would do a meditation. This is how my inner child meditation works, where we go into the heart chakra. We call upon the inner child. We give them space to speak, to talk, to feel. And it's okay if they're afraid. It's okay if they're angry at you. They need that time and space to feel connected to you, to rebuild that relationship. And from there you could offer them the love and the guidance, the affirmations that they needed, the assurance that they're safe now. You'll have to tell me about the dreams later. I hope they're healing. So I'm clearing through the throat chakra. And not appropriate. This one is Soda Light. Yeah, there was a lot of heart space clearing. I'll probably bring out some crystals for the heart space as well. A lot of the healing abilities, I feel like they just came naturally to me. Like, I've been doing this for a while, but I've leaned into things like Reiki. That way I could give it a name for what I'm doing so that it helps people. But at some point, some of us, and a lot of us here, just have that natural aura to help people. You might feel that people are drawn to that. The phrase moths to a flame come into my mind. And so some people try to use the light that you have. That's why it's important to do things like this, to do shielding, to do cord cutting, to heal the inner child, to learn to start setting boundaries and stop people pleasing. Because we're designed in a way where we want to help others, and there's nothing wrong with that, but a lot of us give from our own energy centers, so our heart space, our solar plexus, our soul energy, we give it away to others. But with Reiki, when I understood that energy, I'm able to take energy that already exists within the universe and hand it to others. That way it doesn't impact me as much. This one is Soda Light. You have to do the inner child healing. Boundaries, setting boundaries. Because I say inner child healing because when you heal your inner child, when you heal those inner traumas and those inner wounds, what you do is you put yourself and the younger you back on the pedestal instead of putting other people on pedestals. Because a lot of times people would need my help, and I felt like it's always the way I'm designed. I feel like I always have to step in. I always have to help others. Because me, in human design, I'm a projector, so I want to help. I want to give advice. I want to tell people what's going on, put them on the right path. But it's their journey, it's their story. I think us as empaths, all we could do is open space so we can listen. And all we have to do is listen. We don't have to offer advice. We don't have to be pulled too much into their energy. And that's why energetic shielding is important, because before you go into a conversation where a friend needs your help, you need to be able to put up a shield, like the light. If you did the meditation with me, imagining that shield of light around you. That way there's a boundary between you and them, and you could hold space. So in my Patreon, in the 3rd tier, I have a lot of those meditations up. That way, if anybody wants, they could always go and listen to it. So there's cord cutting, inner child healing, shielding. I'm going to do a little bit more pulling, and then I'm going to switch to heart space, to the heart chakra. If anyone's new, please check out the introduction video I have pinned on my TikTok. Past me does a better job of explaining this. Yeah, we are grown up we're raised being told boundaries are not good. We put parents and figures of authority on a pedestal, and we think we have to help them. We think we have to be there for them. We have to be our best. And if we're our best, then we get rewarded. We get noticed. We earn love. So that's what we see in relationships. And the thing I've been struggling with is understanding that love isn't something you just love a person. It's not an ultimatum. Like, if you do XYZ for me, then I'll love you. No, you see the person, or that person sees you, and there's a spark, there's a connection. Not all of this, I have to do this thing or that thing or the other thing. Congratulations. Thank you all for subscribing. Thank you all for the gifts and the likes. It helps support me, helps me keep doing this, helps me keep doing the lives. Because I'm still building my business, still building everything I want. But the truth is, I just want to help people. And for me, I do Reiki because I studied therapy. I did my bachelor's in psychology, but it's so much heavier energy that it destabilizes me. But with the Reiki, I could tap into energy, I could tap into magic, I could use mysticism, healing through story, healing through word. Me and my human design, that's my true power. The words that I speak, the words that you need to hear. That's just how I'm wired. And that's the thing, we're all wired in different ways to do different things. It's okay to cry. It's a safe place. Yes. A lot of the things that I speak are a mix of things that I'm kind of pulling from higher density, from spirit, but also things that I've learned over the years. All right. I love rose quartz for the heart. Because you feel safe for the first time. I set the intention for this room to be as safe as possible for anyone that's in here. Thank you. And when we step into a safe room, we're allowed to express our emotions and feel emotions. And crying is a way of processing emotions. So people that have never seen Reiki, they'll see the videos that I post and start crying, and they're like, I don't know why. Because it feels safe, and a lot of us don't feel safe in this reality. There are many times, most of the time, I don't feel safe in this reality. So it's become my goal to try and create pockets of reality that feel safe for others. Yes, the pre-recorded videos help as well. Reiki travels through time and space. Thank you. Reiki travels through time and space. So even if it's recorded, my intention is to heal, and that travels through whenever you're watching it. These are not bad. I have a crystal person. If you follow Cherie Mystic on Tuesday nights at 7:30, she does crystal lives, and a lot of the crystals that I got are from her. Over time, I have spent a lot on crystals, and I did a little bit of throat chakra earlier. For letting go of people, I recommend the cord cutting. Thank you, Haley. Yeah, Haley just tagged Cherie Mystic. This is live. Oh, the crystal sale? Yes, the crystal sales are live. So it's sort of like you're bidding for which crystals you'd like to purchase. I normally use these lives to help the psyche. But if you imagine a blanket of light kind of surrounding you, it can still help a little bit, but I'd always recommend seeking medical attention. Someone had asked about like a tight feeling in the stomach. If it's above the belly button, that is solar plexus. So you're holding a lot of heavy energy there. Yes, you don't need crystals. I use them more as visual representations. Yes, if anyone's new here, only because I end up explaining Reiki a lot over the night, so I would recommend checking out my introduction video pinned at the top of my page. I go through a bit of a description, kind of explaining it. But it's basically an ocean of light, and I set the intention for healing. If you feel, when I do pulling, if you feel that anywhere along the body, that means you have heavy energy there. Things that you've been holding in, old narratives, old stories, all this stuff I've just been studying all my life at this point. That's why my Patreon is important, because I kind of walk you through and I post things that kind of show how I got here, which are meditations, Tai Chi, yoga, and in the end it ended up in Reiki, and now Reiki is transformed for me into shamanism. And so I've been posting little guides there that I find on YouTube and books that have helped me heal. Honestly, just years of just dealing with my own stuff, my own shadow. If we're not willing to do the work, we're kind of just stuck in that same place. And that's where it's tough, because some of us came here just to exist. Some of us came here to go through all of that heavy energy, to heal through that heavy energy. They call Earth a master school because you go through so much heavy energy. Shadow work, I begin with journaling. So I started it a while ago while going to therapy, because I was dealing with a lot of things: complex PTSD, anxiety, depression, grief. So a lot of times what'll happen is that I'm going to do a bit of pulling because I feel a lot of heavy energy. So journaling, you'll notice yourself being triggered. You'll notice yourself being kind of consumed by that energy. So something could happen that can kind of push you. An event, dealing with people on a day-to-day basis, or ruminating thoughts is something that has happened to me a lot. So the voice just constantly in the mind, reliving those experiences. And so what I would have to do is, I'd recommend keeping a journal, just writing down whatever thought it was. You could delete it afterwards, but I had to put it somewhere concrete, somewhere in the physical realm. That way I could face it. And that's how I began with the shadow work. Right now I feel upset. I feel sad because, and then I'll write down the story. I'm remembering this memory, and this memory, like as you start writing it, or you could speak it out loud if you're in a safe space to speak it out loud. But that's how you start doing the shadow work. And so with my Patreon, I try to post twice for the month a bunch of journal prompts based on energy I read from the month, from the season. Do a video on shadow work. Also, if you check out Chronically Ghosted's page, she posts shadow work prompts. Yeah, I used to journal a lot, and then I haven't been doing it as much lately, but things haven't been affecting me as much. I'm glad this helps. Yep, there's Chronically Ghosted. Mortal Kombat life. Get over here. I'm always going to recommend for depression, for anxiety, for anything we're facing, I always have to recommend therapy. But I'm going to go into the more esoteric things as well. Which amethyst am I going to use? I'm going to use this amethyst tonight. Yep, sometimes you don't feel the energy. And that's normal. Hold on, I lost my train of thought. So I'm clearing the third eye right now. I lost my train of thought. I'm trying to get back to it. Where was I headed? Oh yes, depression. Seeking therapy. I saw the question about miscarriages as well. Just remind me in a bit, and I'll dive into that as well, about loss and grief. But first I want to dive into the depression. I have to try and figure out what the narrative is. Where is that emotion coming from? And there are different origins for the depression. A lot of times it can be repressed anger. But kind of finding that origin, you kind of have to roll with it sometimes. Roll with the energy, roll through the heaviness, journaling. I have to use the art and the act of creating something to kind of pull me out of it. There are those TikToks where it's me going on this walk for my mental health, and it's like, when I was going through like really severe depression, like a lot of my past friends would be like, you don't let that affect you, just go and run and just go out and exercise. And it just sounded like bro talk. It just sounded like, just go work out, you're gonna be okay. But they didn't explain the science behind it, which I need. But like moving the body, dancing, small little things that can change your mood. Pay attention to your diet as well. I forget the exact chemicals. It's probably both dopamine and serotonin. A lot are being produced within the gut. So whatever you're eating, make sure it's good for your gut biome. And so these are things I'd recommend just kind of researching. What foods are healthy? What foods help with release serotonin? What foods help release dopamine? And sometimes, I'm not a big fan of the author, but within the Harry Potter series, whenever the mentor is attacked, you go through that depression, you go through that heaviness. Depression is real. But chocolate helps release these things, and you'll notice it. Sometimes we'll lean into food that helps with that. I see you, Belle. Give me a few minutes. I'll dive into it. So diet, exercise, because it helps release the hormones that you need. It's just that it is heavy. I would recommend even a digital detox, because a lot of stuff happening right now is gonna bring you down. It makes you feel a lot heavier. Being around people you could talk to, people that make you feel safe. But for me, when I was going through a lot of it, I just had to sit there in it for a while until I found the strength to kind of crawl my way out of it. But not comparing myself to others' journeys, looking at what they've created. Because I would hear things before, I used to write stories, I used to write novels, and then the 2 years within the pandemic, I wasn't writing anything, I wasn't creating anything, I couldn't find the strength to go to work, I wasn't going to work, it was just all over the place. And I'm still kind of crawling my way out of that. But being gentle with yourself. But I hope this helps. So exercising, eating the right foods, eating things that help release the dopamine and serotonin. Meditation. I would do a meditation every day, and I struggle with meditation, and so there's an app called Balance that I have in my bio That one I use a lot. And every day I would just put it on, and they would have kind of visual meditations like what I've done, like one that I did earlier tonight, that kind of walk me through it, bring me back into the present moment. Those help a lot. But I hope this helps. It's a bit of research and figuring out what works best for you. That's the thing, because it is a winding road. But trusting, so every day you have different energetics that you wake up with as well. And so trusting the body, trusting the energy you feel that day. Today I feel meh, I can't do much. Honor that energy. Honor what you're feeling. I know some people do yoga as well, just light work. Honestly, I started doing Reiki to try and tap into higher vibrational energy to kind of crawl my way out of it. And so I would learn self-Reiki and then kind of use it on myself. But like I said, the meditations, those are going to help. Does it feel like the yoga helps? I am going to switch topic though. I'm going to switch crystals as well. Let's use some black moonstone. For miscarriages within spirituality. I always lean to the Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh. He has many books, but one book that I read, well, I'm still reading it. It's called No Fear, No Death. And his perspective of all of life is that it's different things. We are waves on the ocean. The waves come here for a moment and they crash down. But he spoke, this story I've told a few times, but he spoke of his monastery. Yeah, for the depression, then I would recommend, if you're seeking out therapy, seek out the therapy. Medications do help a lot as well. In the monastery, I think it was in France, where they would have a bunch of roses that would blossom. And then there was one spring where they began to blossom. And then winter came. It returned. A frost came by, and it did stop a lot of the flowers. It did basically killed off all of the flowers that were blossoming. And so they all just assumed that there won't be any flowers this season. That's it. Maybe next year. But then once it got warmer again and the conditions were right, the plants were able to restore themselves, to heal themselves. And they were able to blossom again within that spring. And so I'm comparing plants to us as well, just because sometimes the condition's not right. Sometimes divine timing isn't right. Sometimes the souls are here to tell a specific story, and sometimes that story is very short to make us experience something and question life. But just knowing that we are waves on the ocean. We're here for a brief time. We honor that time. But also us showing up in this world. The timing has to be correct. The conditions have to be correct. I know those... Thank you. Let me know if that helps with understanding grief within miscarriage. Because it's not you. It's just the timing is all over the place. The book is called No Fear, No Death, or No Death, No Fear, No Death by Thich Nhat Hanh. And so it's not you. It's not your body. It's not any of that. Sometimes the timing is just off. I heavily believe in souls. I believe we all have a soul. And sometimes that soul isn't ready to emerge in this world yet. And sometimes maybe even if they don't show back up as your own child, they show up in different ways. Sometimes souls recognize they have to exist between worlds to help guide us. Yeah, it's not you. those that experience miscarriages, I know a lot of mothers blame themselves, because it feels heavy. It feels scary. It's a lot. This one is Moonstone, but it's not you. It's not you doing anything wrong. It's not karma. It's not any of that. The souls, they're stories. We're all just stories. And we experience different things. But the lesson is like, don't give up. The timing wasn't right, but the right timing will show up. Yes, you could feel their energy. You could feel their presence. I'm using this for emotional healing. And that too, like you could do, some of us are more spiritually inclined, where when you do a meditation, you could tap into those energies. I'm just hoping the message is well received. I'm hoping it makes sense. But from a spiritual perspective, that's how I see it. Thank you. Okay. Message me if anything. There's other resources, because a lot of us like to blame ourselves. And especially with situations like that, we want to blame ourselves and think there's something wrong with us. But there's nothing wrong with us. Give it time. Trust yourself. No matter what, I feel like we have to keep hope, and I feel like that's the hardest thing to do these days. And there was a time, last month was rough for me, super rough. But like in my mind, I'm like, we have to keep hope, or light the pillars to be hope. Thank you for that. Thank you for that message. Someone's always upset by something that I've said, but it's okay. Because someone else needed to hear that. I needed to hear that. Thank you. Yep. You don't have the control over the situation. A lot of things are just, like I say it a lot. We're like, we are beings living on a rock, floating in space. Nothing is set in stone. But don't blame yourself. Don't spend too much time blaming yourself. It's still okay to cry and grieve and feel all those emotions, because those are all valid. This one, I've just generated a bit of healing energy, and I'm just kind of washing it over. So if you imagine a blanket of light over you, because I'm going to start winding down. Yep, everything you feel it's you. Feel it, but don't blame yourself. Don't blame yourself too long. And I would say in the morning or at night before you go to sleep, pick at least 1 to 5 things that you were grateful for that day. Write them down, feel that energy, but also spending the time to sit with your shadow, feeling what sadness you feel, crying, writing it out, coming here, posting on any of my videos, being like, I release, I let go of, because they're all the same video over and over again, but it's just a space where you can kind of put that energy out there and just be like, I release this, I need to release this energy. And even if it takes a long time for you to reach that point of fully healing through your story and getting there, that's okay. So write down your manifestations, but don't beat yourself up if you feel sad, and don't think that it's going to affect what you're manifesting. Because either way, manifestation feels rough. Because the thing that you want, the place you want to go, does mean completely tearing down everything you know is normal. So it will bring you places that feel lower vibration, because it'll feel awful sometimes, because it's like my world is collapsing, but it has to collapse your reality to get to the reality you want to. And when I say reality, just the world around you, the physical world around you. People will start falling out of alignment with you. Things will start falling out of alignment with you. But trusting those triggers, trusting that inner push and that inner intuition, that'll help. Because like a lot of things that I do here, I work within the shadow. And when I say that, it's because whenever I go live, whenever I post anything, people will cry because they're able to see their shadow for once. They're able to feel their feelings for once. They're able to let go of any of that heavy energy. I can use a bit of, as I'm wrapping up, soon I'm going to sign out. I'm going to use clear quartz to amplify the energy we've been using. Yes, I'm glad it helps. Any book by like Thich Nhat Hanh is amazing. That I've read a lot of his stuff on like meditation. He has another book called No Mud, No Lotus, where like lotuses are beautiful flowers, but the conditions they grow on are like swampland. It's awful. It's terrible. Just looks terrible, looks awful, but the most beautiful flowers grow out of it. And it's like in that diversity, you're going to be able to grow. But also knowing when the soil and your location or the people aren't right for you, and knowing when to walk out of it. I forget how to spell it. 1 second. It's a complicated name. So the spelling is THICH NHAT HANH. I try to do these I try for Mondays, but Fridays at 9:30 for sure. And I've posted past Reiki sessions up on my YouTube. But I think on my profile, if you go to the bell on the top right, it'll notify you when I go live. And this is my only account. If you're a subscriber, I'll probably follow you back, but outside of that, I do not follow anybody back. I do not DM anybody. I do not message anybody. Only because there's a few scam accounts running around with like 100 people in their follow list, but it's not me. I don't have any. I'm trying to think. There's someone here on TikTok that I follow sometimes, Yoga with Maisie. She does a lot of yoga content. You're not getting the notifications. It's a weird system with TikTok. But 9:30 on Fridays for sure. I need to start posting the times again. I'm trying to think if I have anything else. But yeah, thank you all for subscribing, for hanging out. Any donations have been welcomed greatly, and I return to sender tenfold. It helps keep me floating. It helps me keep doing these. It helps me keep creating content and building more and more platforms for everybody. I forget all the things. By the end of the night, I'm like, I forgot who I am. But yeah, give yourself the space to heal. Give yourself the space and time to be you. Remember, this is your story. You live the story your way. You do things your way. You're writing the story, and sometimes the story is rough, and that's okay. We just have to keep swimming, keep floating. Thank you, thank you. So yeah, probably Monday I'll do another one. Wednesdays I want to start doing sound healings a bit more often. And then Fridays for sure, 9:30. And my past Reiki videos will be posted on YouTube. And that energy goes through time and space and heals you, even if it's from the past. But yes, I'm going to be signing out. Thank you all. I hope you all have an amazing evening, and I will talk to you soon. I'm glad you enjoyed it. All right, everyone. Take care.